Hey guys, we're going in maybe solo, most likely solo. If Bryson decides to show up, I don't know how he'll find us, but we'll see. I'm going to leave the occasional mark on the trail, see if he can follow me in. But, you know, do set up the hammock again. This is my first solo of the year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Get some time to myself. I love my daughter, I love my wife, but I need some alone time for meditation, contemplation, mental stability. You know, even though it's only 24 hours, it's amazing what it does for your psyche. So yeah, there's what we're hiking through. The river's just on the far side of that, which we'll hike down to, and we'll show you a little bit of something. I've been it's a little bit slower hike than the last one me and Bryson was on. I'm gonna just kind of go a little slower, mellow down. I want to see if I can. I got my identifying little pamphlets. If you guys saw another one of my videos, you'll see I did a bunch on identifying. I have pamphlets identifying mushrooms, plants, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that dinging you're hearing is, I don't know if you guys can see it, I have a Coleman tin stainless steel cup on there, and I just let it rattle around there instead of having a bear bell. They can hear that cup ting away. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Combination of smoke and bugs. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'd rather have smoke than the damn bugs. No seams and mosquitoes, just insane. So I'll give you guys a quick tour of camp. The bugs were nuts, or are nuts. I wasn't going to light a fire, but I also didn't bring any bug spray. And that was a mistake on my part, so I made a very small little fire, rocks, and it's probably about a good 3 inches of rock underneath of it. So it's a very small fire, just get a little smoke, and as soon as that, bugs are gone. I'm going to do all my cooking on my camp stove, make a little onion soup. But here we got my sleeping arrangements. Now, it is supposed to rain tonight, so that should be interesting. I have the carabiners for a water break, but I mean the tail that hangs down here acts as a water break as well. Otherwise it'll run right down onto your hammock. So yeah, it's gonna be cozy. I am all about sleeping comfortable now. So just a Sinmat 7 pad. Now it's not fully blown up, it's kind of like half to a third filled, and that conforms a little bit better. And then just a really light it's like a +10 bag pillow, of course. And then of course here's the other carabiner. And then yeah, just a solenoid tarp right here. That's what she looks like. So right on the Coke side of the river, I'm quite a bit upriver from where I normally am. So you know, some nice pools. I'm sure you guys will see that in some of the clips. I still have to set up a bear, hang my food for bears and stuff, but other than that, right now I'm just gonna have some lunch and take a breather because those bugs were insane. It was like a patch of bugs. Lots of wood in this area. It hasn't been used for camp for a long time. I got a little bit of wood under the tarp. You can see it's just starting to sprinkle a bit on the tarp. So I got my gear under there, and yeah, have some lunch, just some onion soup. So like I said, I'm off trying a new spot. As you can see, I'm in a hammock now. Talk about some good gear. I got my hammock. I've used it once, twice really. I did a backyard trial of it. Worked great. Had a beautiful 2-hour nap. Woke up feeling great. Used it once. You guys saw my last video. We used it up in the Souk Hills. I used it up in Souk Hills. It was really good. That night probably got down to not -4, but 4 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but about 4 degrees Celsius. Was a little on the cool side. I was wearing some fleece, long johns and stuff like that. I didn't have as good a pad with me that time. I was kind of experimenting with pad. This pad I have now is my good pad. It keeps me quite warm. And it's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit bigger too than the other one. The other thing I got, everybody says you could just boil your water and stuff like that. I got a Katadyn water bottle. And why I picked this one, well, what model is this one? Katadyn, it's inside. Let me pull out the guts here. The virus stat. And I looked at a lot of options. I looked at the Life Straw. The thing I didn't really like about the Life Straw is you can't carry the water. You could carry water and then suck from it as long as you know that container is always a soiled container. But the Life Straw only removes bacteria. Some viruses, but mostly just bacteria. It's made for people in third world countries to prevent diphtheria. That kills a lot of people in third world countries. And when you're out in the bush too, you get diphtheria, you're in a lot of trouble. The Katadyn goes one step farther. It does the same filtration level for bacteria. It then goes through its iodine ionizer, if I remember that correctly. It's been like 2 weeks since I read it. But basically it treats the water with an ionization process, so it kills viruses. Which, if you're only going out for 72 hours, most of the time you won't have a problem from a virus. You'll have problems with bacteria, but viruses most of the time take a little bit longer to show their heads. So I like that fact. If you guys look back and see I think it's called One Heck of an Adventure, or One Epic Adventure. I was doing some mountain biking when I came across a logging company that had their excavator has blown the hydraulic track motor hose, and it dumped, I don't know how many liters of oil, but not more than 30 yards away was a pristine creek. Now that creek drains into this river, and it drains downriver a bit, but I know they've logged up farther. So I mean, there's nothing. I looked and looked and looked, unless you get into a pump style filter, which are more complicated and they look a little flimsy to me. again, you're pumping into containers and stuff like that, they will remove it too. The beauty with this one, the next level up, this one you can get a basic bare bones one that'll do the virus and the bacteria. And that one's $40. For an extra $10, this one goes up one step more as activated charcoal filters of it, so it does remove some oils, volatile VOCs, volatile organic compounds, chemicals. So that's why I went that way. So that's it's a neat option. You just it holds 750 mils, so you can pull it right out of puddles supposedly, and it'll filter. It does 26 gallons. So not having to boil water, not having to, you can just go carry it with you, not have to worry about having a dirty container, clean container. I liked it. So yeah. And then the other thing, I know you guys saw in my last video, I had this little burner stove. It actually wasn't this one. This is an MSR one. The other one was a Primus. And it was a great stove. It heated everything up. But there was a flaw with it. And one of the legs broke right off. And then I started really looking at the stove and I said, you know what? It's not rugged enough for me. And so this MSR one, the one thing, it comes with a push button piezo igniter. The legs are a little bit nicer. It just comes in a nice little rugged container. It's a tiny bit more weight, but you know what? It'll boil. It actually puts out more BTUs. It'll boil a liter of water, which I have my nice thing of onion soup in there. It'll boil that in like 3 minutes or something. So if you're talking boiling water, we're talking, these are the way to go. So yeah, that's and then I bought a plastic spoon knife thing. These are GSI and they're like 65 or 69 cents a piece. So yeah, I mean the big one is the water bottle and the hammock. We're going hammock style, and now that I've slept in it, this will come up my second night, and I'll give you guys a verdict in the morning. But the last 2 times I slept in it, whew, man, it's makes sleeping on the ground feel like dark ages. So, and cheap. The hammock was cheap. That was 25 bucks. I think I bought the hammock and the paracord. I already had the solenoid tarp, the paracord just to tie up the tarp and stuff. And yeah, so. So, I had a nice little nap, did some fishing, did a whole bunch of stuff. Just didn't have the energy to pack the camera around, sorry. Kind of like a late lunch. It's about 6:30 right now. I have a hankering for a cup of coffee. I always used to either just not have coffee or you do like cowboy coffee. Brad Goat Killa, his YouTube channel. Hope I said that right. He did one where he said, you want good coffee, you go to the Asian section of your market. And he pointed out a brand, and I couldn't find that brand, but I found Nescafe 1+2 instant coffee whitener sugar. So yeah, it's most of it is in Chinese, I think. There's some French, it's a real mix of but it's in the Asian section. Awesome cup of coffee. If you like sugar and you like a little bit of whitener, and you know, that's the way to do it. It's nice, it's light, and it's cheap. I forget how many packs I got. I got like, I don't know, 25 or 30 packs for $2.50. So I mean, two of those makes that cup for me. You know, probably more like 1.5, but I just throw 2 in. And it's good coffee. I really enjoy it. So give you a little cruise around the camp here. We got our little fire pit going. I sawed up a bunch of wood. And of course there's the river. And the hammock, which I've already tested again. Had a really nice nap in it. Got to pretty much keep the fire going all the time, or at least smoking. Once I'm in bed, you bundle up pretty good inside my little sleeping bag and stuff, so you're okay that way. But once that smoke goes away, once the fire goes away, the mosquitoes and the seams come out. I'm really amazed at how many there is. Fire's awesome, but how fast that thing boils a pot of water and it doesn't make everything all sooty.